Here at the Giver Marketing Network, we don't leave you drifting out in space. We connect you to a coach who will help you build and grow your marketing business. Our process acts as a guide on how to connect with other businesses, maintain good relations, and establish a presence on the Giver Marketing Network. Each member within this collaborative group will have the opportunity to leverage your talent and influence, a true network effect. If you are looking to collaborate on more projects, welcome to the Giver Marketing Network, the most trusted and highest rated collective of specialists on the planet. Here we have a group of like-minded professionals who focus on making valuable introductions and helping each other grow by teaming up. Imagine Upwork meets a network and a coach. The talent collectively includes services like visibility and SEO, creating logos, designing websites, managing social media, outreach messaging, visual storytelling, and much more. Think of what you could do with laser-focused allies, strengthening your business while offering your talent to the entire network. Click near this video for more information.
Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you're tuning in from. We are here to talk about videos and the power of videos to your brand. We have Catara Lane with us. We're so excited. She's part of the network. She's part of kind of those visual storytellers we love to highlight. And so she's going to be sharing with us some tips and ideas around videos and how to make them effective for your brand. And whether you're you have a personal brand, you have a company you're trying to get the word out about, you're part of a movement like Kingdom Warriors or some of these other organizations and movements that we are connected to, pay close attention to Catara. She's that visual storyteller that you want to listen to what she's saying, and then we're going to have some questions and answers. So get those questions ready in the comments and start chiming in and taking notes on what you're learning in the comments so other people can jump in with you as well. And so with that, Catara, thank you so much for being here today on our Marketing Masterclass. We're really excited to have you. Thank you.
No problem. So today we're specifically talking about promotional videos.
Yay, I'm excited. And you have some examples for us and some tips and those kind of things. Did you want to start with showing us the examples, or did you want to go into some of the other slides that you have today?
So we can start with the slides, and then as we go on, I'll show you guys some examples.
Okay, rock and roll, Catara. Let's do it. I'm excited.
Yes. So can we go to the next slide? So what is a promotional video? A promotional video is a marketing video intended to promote your products, services, events, and sales to consumers. So you can basically use a promotional video to promote anything. Why should you use promotional videos? So they're primarily used because, we're humans and we make buying decisions basically on emotions. So think about sort of like the ASPCA or like the SPCA commercial, like with the really sad animals. When I was younger, those were like perfect examples of like promotional videos. Because even though I didn't have any money at the time, I was like 5, they always made me cry. And I was like, Mom, could you donate to the SPCA? And like still to this day, I still go to the SPCA to like look at the animals. And I've actually gotten like 2 of my pets from there. So promotional videos, they drive sales and they offer an insight into what you actually do and what you have to offer. And I actually found this the statistic online, and it says including a video on your landing page can boost your conversion rate by 86%. So the types of promotional videos. I am going to go over 3 types of promotional videos today, and I'm going to show you guys 2 examples. So number 1 is the product or service promotional videos. So you use these product or service videos to tell a story about what your product is. So, you know, it makes the viewers feel something that they want and that they can get with your product or service. So the ASPCA commercial that I talked about, that is a great example of that. Product or service feature videos are a bit more salesy. I feel like they get straight to the point. These are the ones where it's like, this is what I have, you know, do you want it or not? So, you know, they highlight your benefits and, you know, it's either basically you want it or you don't. So the next, can we actually bring up the video that is, so the second video, not the first one. So that video was a perfect example of a feature video. You know, they had what they were offering, the benefits that you get, and then they gave you a call to action at the end on how to get it. The last type of promotional video that I want to talk about today is the About Us promotional videos. Now, these can sometimes be called like brand message videos. So you can use them to like promote your stuff, or you can also use them to like for people to get to know what you do more. So it's a good way for them to learn who you are, what you stand for, and it can be super simple, or they can be testimonials from, you know, happy customers. This next video that I'm about to show you guys, this was actually, I'm going to tell you guys a backstory on this video. It actually wasn't supposed to be made. I actually did a photo shoot that day, but at the end, I was like, I think you guys should sort of like create a video also, because I knew that these photos, they were nice for the website and all, but I'm like, you guys have nothing to, you know, tell what you're about and, you know, how you actually help people. So I think we should create like a quick video. So I basically went around and asked everybody the question of, I think, what do you think is beauty, or like something like that. And then I took it home and we created a quick video with it. So if we can pull up the second video.
Outside paint a picture of beauty.
Wait.
I am see the picture of beauty. At home, I am constantly reminded that how you treat a person that can give you nothing in return, or how hard you go for the things you should receive, is beauty.
I believe beautiful is you being confident in yourself.
Being natural.
Beauty is me.
Beauty is family and trust.
Loving yourself unconditionally, being uniquely you.
Lacing on beauty is more than your average beauty line. If I had to define beauty, it wouldn't just be your outside appearance, but what's deep within your soul. We offer products for men and each individual. Beauty comes in all shapes, colors, and sizes. Never let society define your beauty. We are all beautiful because we're different, unique in our own way. That's beauty.
So just a review and what you want to consider before creating your promotional videos. First thing you want to consider is what your goal of the video is. The next thing is what type of personality, what type of voice do you want? So is it like a super serious voice? Is it like a funny voice? Do you want to like make people cry with your video? Do you want them to feel a pain point? So, you know, these are things to think about before you go in and make that video. And also, what's your budget? So are you going to make the video on your own, or are you going to sort of outsource the video creation process? You know, these are all things to consider when you're making your promotional videos.
Great job, Catara. Thank you, everybody. Put the comments in, put the questions in so we can see that you're listening and watching. And I love seeing examples of your work. I know you've worked with us on a project and been able to edit the back end and the front end of a video and just kind of seamlessly have those visuals coming in to spice up the video and make sure that people are like paying attention as soon as they see it. And that, let's talk about that just for a little bit. The intro, the starting point of a video and the end point, the intro and the outro of a video. Can you speak to that, kind of that part of the video editing process? How important is that? Should people consider that? Is it one of those things that you can try to do by yourself? Like how should we consider the intro and the outro part of these videos that we just shoot the raw footage?
So intros, I feel like they're definitely something that should be like thought of beforehand, like because as we all know, people's attention spans are very short. Even my attention span, I can't even watch Netflix anymore. I can't even watch like a full TV show or whatever because I don't know, I can't sit down and do it. So it's like the first 5, 6, 10 seconds of your video, it has to have a good hook. It has to make people want to watch more. So whether that be a question that you ask to like get people's attention, or whether it's like, someone starting to tell a story, it has to be, worth listening to. Also the outro. Outro, I feel like the outros can be like, I usually like to put like a call to action at the end of the videos for the outros. So it lets people know what they can do next. So for example, if it's a nonprofit, the question I would ask like at the end would be, the call to action would be donate more, or like visit us on our website. It doesn't always have to be a call to action where you're asking for money. It could be for them to visit your website, visit your page, DM them, ask them questions. Just make sure that something's at the end of that video, so you don't just leave them with nothing to do after watching it, because you didn't create the video for nothing. You wanted it to have an outcome. So that should definitely be at the end.
Speaking of calls to action, Catara, we have your Calendly in the comments. So Stacy is putting those in as many of the comments as possible so that you can have an easy way to connect with Catara and set up a time with her, talk to, ask her more questions, ask her what it's like to work, what it would be like to work with her, details about your project, get some feedback. She's a great voice in our movement and a bunch of other organizations. She's bouncing around trying to help as many people as she can get those get their voice out and get their message out and make it worth looking at and viewing. So awesome. We got some comments here. Where's everybody located? Definitely motivated to do more videos on social media. Makes good sense to have one on a sales page too. Yes, I'm loving the comments in the chat right now. Speaking of that, Catara, tell us a little bit more about how videos are being utilized in social media right now.
Oh, so videos on social media, they're actually my favorite. They're usually short form content, but there's a few long form videos like live streaming that's happening, or like YouTube videos. But videos on social media right now, it's basically what every platform like sort of wants. It's like their favorite form of content. As you guys notice that Instagram now has Reels. They have Reels because they saw like the power of TikTok and what TikTok is doing. And with TikTok, people are actually searching on there more than they're searching on Google. So instead of searching, like I know the way I use TikTok when I'm going on vacations, I no longer look on Google for what to do because somebody probably already did a review on, restaurants and different activities that you can do. So like video is like the best way to get more awareness and more reach on social media, most definitely.
Yeah, it seems like when I hear what you're saying. It seems like when you're searching for something, it's always nice to have some kind of visual or video to represent what somebody is maybe typing about or talking about. And if you can just go straight to a video and say, hey, come check out this restaurant or check out this vacation spot or check out this, you know, this place that we're going or this car or this whatever it is, boy, that's a real authentic person generally generally talking about that. And even if they're paid, it's just good to see the actual 360 panoramic view of what's happening. So I love that you're able to help us kind of get our minds and hearts into the video world. And ladies and gentlemen, pay close attention to what Catara and others are doing, because we're going to a place now. We're already there, really, where if video's not a part of what you're doing, whether that's live streaming like this, or whether that's taking some, creating some promotional videos or some other videos that would explain what you're doing, why you're doing it, people are going to maybe move on to the next person if video isn't a part of your game. And it's a skill set that you can like Katera was saying, outsource, or just experiment with yourself in house, and then get it over to Katera or somebody to edit it, and then make it just look still authentic and kind of organic, but pro, like making it look professional, to the extent that it's got good sound, good lighting. And I'd love to hear your thoughts on, like, when somebody's experimenting, Katera, what are the minimum things to consider when it comes to sound and lighting? Like, what do we need to consider on those parts?
I was just writing about this last night. So with like sound and lighting, when you're first starting, I actually don't recommend that you go out and get all of this equipment, because first of all, getting on video is not an easy thing to do. It's actually pretty, especially if you've never done it before. Some people hate the sound of their voices. Some people don't like the way they look. Doing video and starting video for the first time is very daunting. It's not like a photo. You can't pose. So whatever people see on that video, that's what they see. It's there. You can't really edit it, and it's in real time. So like, what I recommend people doing when they first start video is that they actually just use what they have. So whether that be like a phone or like a computer, so I've edited many videos that was shot through Zoom, and your phone, like many phones and computers, they shoot just as well as the camera. So, just make sure, I would say if you did anything, use natural lighting. So like maybe from the window. So you don't want your video like super dark, because then nobody's going to be able to see you, but like make sure there's nice lighting, natural lighting, maybe coming in from the windows. Make sure you don't have a very noisy air conditioner or like super noisy fan in the background. Make sure there's like no kids running around. So make sure there's clear sound, nothing in the background, and like, maybe some lighting from the window. And that's really all you need. And to focus on what you're saying.
I love it. Just keep it simple. Make sure that you have good lighting and the sound is acceptable and people can hear what you're saying without getting distracted. I love that. And look, the quality can obviously continue to improve over time, but sometimes, like Katera's kind of mentioning here, just get started. Doesn't mean you necessarily even need to publish the videos that you just took. Just practice. Get that camera out, even if it's just during the holidays, and practice your voice and enunciating and just sharing your heart, and see if that authentic expression starts coming out naturally. And let's just be honest, there's some people that are more comfortable on camera, like Katara was saying, than others. So it's not one of those things where you need to go live every 3 hours of the day in order to be effective on video. You can do something once a week or once a month, just to practice and just get started and see if the audience starts finding your message to be interesting. And again, you can just practice and not even publish for a while and just kind of get yourself comfortable with the lighting and the sound part of it. But if you don't start, you're going to be a little behind in our modern era of communication. Video is becoming just as important as images were 10, 15, 20 years ago. So if there's not video, at least a part of the recipe, then I'm afraid you'll be left behind. So let's get you up to speed. Let's get you going. Let's get you practicing, and then we'll always continually improve, just like anything else, right? So just get started. Let's go. Just get started, right, Catara?
Yeah, and then like as you grow and as you know practice, then you know what you're actually looking for when you start to outsource these things. When you start to outsource editing and you start outsourcing your video process and your video making, you'll know exactly what to tell them because you've been through it. So you won't just be coming to them like a deer in the headlights. And you'll actually know what's going on. I have had a lot of clients where they came to me and they've gotten ghosted, unfortunately. And that's like another conversation itself. But yeah, just knowing what you want and knowing what you're looking for, you'll be able to easily identify what you need in a freelancer when you actually, you know, outsource it.
Okay, so the younger audience is going to know exactly what ghosted means, but for the others in the audience, let's talk about that. That's real talk. I mean, that's real conversation. So when you're working with professionals, they're usually going to get back to you. Like if you reach out to them, they're usually going to get back to you. If somebody's overwhelmed or doesn't know how to manage their time or their conversations well, sometimes they'll miss you. Can you explain a little bit more about what you just said there?
Okay, ghosted. It's basically when the freelancer just completely disappears. So this could happen really in any part of the process. It could happen in the beginning of the process where, you know, maybe you was talking to them and they just stopped replying. Or, you know, maybe you paid for something and they just completely disappeared with the project. I've unfortunately had a few clients where it happened in a few different ways. But if you're good at, you know, watching out for the signals before it gets to that point, and also knowing exactly what you want, we will, you know, sort of completely avoid that.
And you'll pull that out when you're working with a client. A good videographer, cinematographer, visual storyteller will pull that out of you as you're working together. But you got to have some idea of what you're trying to accomplish here. So I know, in working with you personally, Catara, you said, okay, when we're editing this video, do you want this or do you want this? And you made it really easy for me to just quickly answer some questions, and then before you knew it, we had a finished video. And you can see that on our website. You can see that on different places. But reach out to Catara and ask her some of those kind of questions. She's just gonna pull that out for you, and it'll help you whether you work with her or not moving forward. It'll just help you just to have a conversation with her. So I highly recommend going to the link that you see in the comments. If the link is not in the comments right now and you don't see it, just look on the screen. It's there. Also, if you just can't find it for some reason, just ask. Say, hey, Catara, how do I get a hold of you? And then Catara will follow up with you, or somebody from our team will follow up with you and make sure and get you connected with her. So good. All right. Well, with that, Stacy, I'd like to invite you back on to the screen. Let's have a roundtable discussion. Let's put Catara on the hot seat and ask her more questions and have some fun just with the dialogue, just in the interaction here. So, Stacy, anything pop out to you in that presentation? What did you like? Let's start with that.
Absolutely. So, Catara, what about music? So, when we're choosing music for videos, I know I've done this a little bit, and you have to be very careful about royalty of videos. So, how is it that you choose the music that goes along with the videos?
Oof. So yes, fair use is like a really big topic right now with like videos, you know, whether you can use music, whether you can't, because you know, on Instagram, TikTok, they give you a library full of music. But You're actually, unless it's from those libraries and, even business accounts, they don't have access to that music library. But there are ways that you can get copyright free music. So you can go to different websites like Envanto, and you can pay for, the licenses for these musics. And they can range anywhere from like $5 to $30. There's also like free sites like the YouTube audio library where they, provide thousands of free music that you can use. Some of them you have to attribute to like the creator, and some of them, it's fine to use it on your own. But just, making sure that you use copyright free music if you want to just avoid those issues altogether.
So people, issue that was just brought up, making sure you use copy-free right music. So making sure that the music that you're using in your videos is acceptable to use, because you can get in some legal stuff behind the scenes of that if somebody comes and says, hey, I didn't give permission for that music to be used. So that's why it is very important to have a professional that knows all those details, because I didn't know that you could pay for sites like that, and I didn't know like that you have to sometimes backlink to the artist. So that's very good information. Thank you for that, because those are things that not everyone that's creating a video would know. So that's great value that you're bringing forward to us. So thank you very much for that. And we have some other questions here that have gone through. Just give me 1 second here. So this was another one about where do you curate the music that you use? So is that a different question than what I asked?
Where do you curate? I guess they're asking where I get it from, but I just asked that. But in Envanto also, I've done project where it was like a series of videos for like 3 videos or like 6 videos. It also on Envanto, you can buy these packs of music for like, so it's like 4 songs that sort of all sound corporate-y. Not all the same, but like just slightly different enough so you can use them on 4 different videos and not have the same exact music.
Got it.
So what I'm hearing is talk to Catara about how to get your music, your intros, your outros, kind of that editing side dialed in, if nothing else. Like just ask some of the questions around those pieces so that when you take your practice shots and your video and just practicing, kind of getting your videos going, you might be able to do some magic on the other end with the music and the intros and the editing that really you might be surprised. You might have some raw video footage. Did I say it right, Catara? Just some basic videos that you already have on your phone or your computer. You could send them over, engage with Catara on a basic business level, and she could rock your world. That's exactly what happened to me. I had this video sitting around for a year. I sent it over to Catara. We'll show it another time, but because it's a little bit longer, but she did some great work on I wasn't going to publish it until it looked like it was supposed to look in my brain. So, and she did it. She did exactly what I had in my heart and mind, and it really worked out really well. So, Stacy, do we have any more questions as we wrap up?
There's a comment here that this Facebook user is saying a lot of times my clients are finding trending music makes a difference in how well their videos do.
Well, I mean, music and audio, it's a big part of this. Like, it's a big part of videos, but it's not like the only part of the video. So even though an audio is trending, that doesn't automatically mean that your video is going to be like viral or that it's going to do well. So, I actually post videos like all the time on like TikTok and Instagram, and actually the ones that blow up, they're like, I want to say the weird ones. Like, it's not always the one that you think it's going to be. It's always one that's like unexpected. I think I uploaded a drone video to Instagram probably like 2 months ago, and it actually went to like Instagram's India side. Like, people in India were like liking the video, and I was like, this is very interesting. And I think we got over 3,000 views, but I was like, wow, that was unexpected. So Audio is not the only key factor. I mean, it can help, but it's not the only thing that helps videos perform.
Awesome. Any other questions, Stacey? In the comments?
No, we don't have anything else going for questions. If there's any questions, please drop them and we'll get some answers here. But thank you so much for coming on and showing us this about video. And a lot of people are simply interested in just saying, thank you for the encouragement to get going. And I'm going to get stuff going on video for myself. So if you want to reach out to Catara, find the link in the comments on Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube. There's a comments section there, and I've dropped the link. Reach out to anyone on the Giver Marketing team, and we can also get in touch with you as well and make sure to make that connection for Catara. Thank you so much for your time today and putting together this presentation and teaching us the importance of video.
Thank you, guys.
Bye. See you guys next Tuesday. Blessings.